Alright, so let's take a look at the breakdown from the front squats from yesterday. So we had our CFS 11 workout, and there's 11 front squats every round. I actually tested both of them out during the workout. So I wanted to break it down to go over the new mechanics that we've been applying. So the one on the right here is very standard. I've used this type of front rack for many years, but obviously we've been teaching the front rack with the lats. But let's break it down and see how it looks when you compare it side by side. So on this front squat right here, and I tried a couple rounds like this, it didn't feel very good. Elbows are high, right? That was our old goal. And then from that position, our shoulders are a little more rounded forward. There's definitely no lats happening. At least that wasn't the goal back then. It was just elbows up. If you look, right when I initiate, because the elbows are up and there's nothing supporting that bar with my back, all the weight's being supported by my chest and pushing back through the fingers. That's why my grip felt more tired going from front squats to snatches. So if you look from here, the elbow starts to drop, which tips the torso forward. And then the elbow starts to fall this way, the bar starts to come forward, everything starts to come forward this way because there's nothing in the back here, the lats, the glutes, nothing is supporting it. Nothing is keeping that upright. So you'll see I kind of bounce out of the hole, and then from this position, I bounce out, elbows go down, and then I bounce out again. So that's why a lot of times when people catch the clean, there's no stability here. As the weight gets heavier, this is only 75 pounds, people cave, collapse this way. And then what happens to get out of the hole, because the weight's pulling them forward, is that their butt shoots up first, right? This is what's causing it. You can see the difference, how unstable this bottom position is. There's a lot of bouncing and the elbow's dropping. You can also see that my wrist is at like a crazy angle, pushing back with my fingertips. So then that's going to stress out the wrist, the forearms. Especially for a workout like this where there's front squats into a lot of snatches, we want to save the grip. So let's take a look at how I did most of the front squats yesterday, applying that lat concept. So if you look, the bar is supported in my lats. My back is on, it's upright. And then you'll see that bars are not touching my torso right here. Right? Because we talked about it's sitting up there because the weight's sitting in my lats. I'm not forcefully just holding it up, pushing against it. All the weight's being absorbed, and the weight's not heavy enough to get close to the shoulder. If it was 95, 135, then the bar would be touching my shoulders, but since it's 75, it's sitting right there. If you look at the initiation of the squat, I'm able to stay upright versus this one. You see I'm already leaning forward? There's nothing going on back here in the lats, in the back. And this also allows me to use my postural muscles for Olympic lifting and front squats, where my lats are on and my hips are back so that my glutes are engaged. So if you take a look at this squat, I'm completely upright. I'm bending at the hip and knee together. That's the goal. See, my lats are supporting it. There's no wiggle room down here. If you look, my hips are back, they're active, that means my glutes are on. I have this nice braced arch, that means my lats are on. And the elbow stays in the same angle the whole time. Whereas you see on this side, you'll see that the elbows are pointed forward. As I descend, chest goes down. Now my elbows they started this way. Now they're starting to point this way, and at the bottom, they point even lower. You guys see that? You could even see the strain on my face. I didn't realize that till right now. But since it's pulling me forward, I'm trying to resist against it. It's not as natural position for me to hold it upright. You can see the break right here too, where I'm trying to push up against it because my chest is starting to drop right here. So from here on this side, because my lats are on, my glutes are on, I'm coming straight down, and I go straight back up. Super efficient. There's no wasted range of motion. Muscles don't turn on and off. Look how balanced I look on this one. So what this does is, if you look at the wrist angle, it's like I'm putting myself in a wrist lock here, pushing back with my fingertips, because that's the only thing holding that bar up against my shoulders. Right here, it's sitting down in my lats. My wrist is at like a normal 90-degree position, just like a normal push-up, but it's sitting straight down. The bar's not pulling me forward, all right? So that's less wasted grip strength. You guys see the difference? It just sits nicely right up against the neck. This one, because the bar's pulling me forward, I have to counterbalance that, so I have to push back. And my wrist is at an unnatural angle. Not only is it bent a little bit more, but you can also see that it's bent and is pushed out to the side. Whereas this one's sitting straight down, kind of like a bench press. So again, when I was doing this workout, I just wanted to test it out because I haven't applied it in a high rep situation. I did my 11 reps like this. I felt very loose because things were off. I had to bounce more, and I definitely burnt out a lot more grip, as you can see there. From this one, I did most of my sets this way. It allowed me to stay in tension, where I could just drop straight down, come right back up, super smooth, and it's not taxing my smaller muscles, which is the grip and the forearm. And then also not having that kind of butt shoot back or the chest drop down. I'm not wasting any lower back muscles, right? You see right here, my knees shoot forward, but there's nothing going on in the glutes. So I'm not using the glutes, right? And I'm stressing my lower back out by trying to hold the bar up so that when I went to do the snatches, my back was already tired. Right here, I didn't use any of the lower back, so I stayed upright. So then when I went to the power snatches, I felt great. So that's how the new mechanics apply. If you don't know, practice it. Do a set next time with the elbows up and the fingertip grip like we used to, and then try real hard to do this new mechanic where you guys are supporting all the weight in the lats and the glutes in this posture for your next set of front squats. See if you can tell the difference. See if you can have the same feedback I did when you apply it to the workouts.